Thank you everyone for joining us for this fireside chat with Mr. Abhay and Mr. Anirban. To begin with, I'm going to ask both the panelists to define for the audience what we mean by green ventures, green jobs. So, Anirbanji.
I think for the green venture word is like been there for last couple of years. A lot of people call us as a green venture, but I think there are different perspectives of looking towards it. I feel that green is really abused a lot. I feel that we feel more better to be called as a sustainability venture or a circular economy venture. Earlier we majorly used to get called as a green venture. But I think any business or a startup which is really trying to bring sustainability or a circular economy in reality or trying to bring that behavioral change, generally being classified as a green venture is what broadly I feel.
Thank you. And what about green jobs?
I think all the jobs created by the green ventures can be called as the green jobs, but from my perspective, I think any company or any startup which is working in the space, whether it is Recykal or whether there are multiple startups, those jobs are currently getting classified under green jobs. But again, there's a question that is there something called green jobs? At the end of the day, what I feel, whether it is a green venture or a sustainability venture, that venture need to be sustainable on its own. It need to be profitable. It should have ability to generate profit and can do business at scale. It will generate hundreds of jobs. Like for example, at Recycle, we have generated few thousand jobs in last couple of years. We can always claim that these are all green jobs generated by us. But again, as I said, all this is evolving, as everyone said, this whole green ventures, green jobs, everything is evolving. Still, there is no standard definition for these things. And every year we have something new coming up. So I think a few more years we'll need to really get a standard definition of a green venture or a green job. But we are on that path for sure.
So, coming to Recycle's work, recently you launched this campaign called Mera Desh, Meri Zimmedari, which, if you haven't seen, I want to, in a short span, tell you what happens in the story. So, there's a story of a little girl whose father is a waste picker, and every day she sees him come back home with back pain and shoulder pain and other body parts paining, and she feels bad about that. So every night she sneaks out to go to the road and pick up all the litter that people have thrown on the road because she doesn't want her dad to feel those pain. And in this process, when she goes to school, she's sleeping in her classes because she's not getting proper sleep at night. And when her father discovers that she's been sneaking out to clean the roads, doing his job kind of, he's touched. And they leave us with the message that, you need to be more responsible of how you're littering the country. It is your responsibility to take care of your waste. So beautiful emotional campaign there. I know you're big on behavioral change and you call sustainability behavioral change. Can you share with us any experiments you were doing in Goa recently around getting more people to manage their waste better?
Absolutely. So I think when we talk about sustainability or a green venture, I think the fundamental of these ventures to be successful is if those ventures can bring a behavioral change amongst the users, whether it's a consumer, whether it is a business, whether it is a government, it's all about behavioral change because we have been living our life in a certain way and we have been handling waste certain way. We are very used to litter it on roads. We're very used to really not bother about the consumption of those things. So I think to really see the change, we need to change the behavior of the people. And our focus, we call Recycle as a startup which is trying to bring a mass scale behavioral change amongst the 1.4 billion Indian consumers. I think our prime ministers have started doing it in 2014 by Swachh Bharat and all other initiatives. There's definitely a change, but it's not that big yet. So the Mera Desh, Meri Zimmedari was one of our attempt to really bring that change in everybody. And it was more emotional appeal for the waste generators not to litter or not to waste, just dispose responsibly. And it really got few million hits and got a lot of awards, and it's quite an emotional story. We hope that it might have brought a behavioral change in few thousand people, but India being 1.4 billion population country, these kind of attempts will create small buzz, but will not bring a great big behavioral change, will not enable the right handling of waste or circular economy enablement. So what we realized in the first 2 3 years that this GAN is good, people comes, people listen to us, but then when now while going home, they still litter on the road, right? That change doesn't happen. And one thing I learned as an entrepreneur in last 25 years is that there are only two things which changes the behavior of us Indian consumers, because we are all emotional, either a fear or a greed. If we have one of them in your model, then only your consumers will change your behavior. So one of the innovative thought we came up with was bringing a deposit return system, and that is something is a flagship innovation of Recycle, and we have been working on it for last 6 years, 6 year 3 months. We started working on it, invested some 15 to 20 million in building technology and everything. It took long time for us, but so you asked me about Goa. So Goa government has passed a law last year, August 24, that they are going to implement a deposit return system in the state of Goa. This is the first state in Southeast Asia to implement it. The model is pretty simple. If you go to Goa after Jan 1st, Jan 26, whatever you buy there, you buy a water bottle or a cold drink bottle, there will be a 5 rupee deposit. On 20 rupees container, 5 rupee deposit. And it is printed, a unique QR code will be printed on every container, serialized. You consume the bottle, you have one option, you litter it, or there will be a network of collection points across Goa. Every petrol pump, every retail shop, every beach, everywhere you will find it. You go there, give that container back, and you get your 5 rupees back immediately. We have seen this brings that behavioral change because, and we have seen the example, and first pilot which we did about it was in Kedarnath, that is in Himachal, Uttarakhand, when our Prime Minister spoke about littering in Kedarnath in 2021. So there was we went there, we implemented this scheme, and the first 45 days, we collected 165,000 containers. And that was on 5 million this year. So almost 70% of the littering in Kedarnath stopped because just 10 rupee deposit was put on the containers. So I think that was the behavioral change we talk about. Now Goa has 1.5 million population, 30 million tourists go there, generate huge kind of waste. Every tourist now next time have a beer, he will not throw it on the beach. He will look for a machine where he will return the bottle, get the material back. And even if he throws, the rack picker or those informal sector will get the money back. So I think bringing that incentive slash fear is going to change the behavior of the customer. I think the tender process is done, and January 2026, Goa will become the first state in the country, followed by Himachal, and even Andhra Pradesh is in the pipeline. So you'll have Andhra Pradesh also having this scheme.
Wow, thank you. I hope it comes to Telangana also. So, among the many initiatives you carried out in Mahindra Group, which one do you think actually moved the needle on the ground? Forget the awards that you won for each of those initiatives, but which is the one that is closest to your heart?
I would like to add something. So he started this in the company, and we became a first platform to provide to Mahindra Motors a circularity platform after you started. And now all the 35 factories are using our platform to track every kg of waste generated. And Ankit recently has met us to implement it across the Mahindra Group for zero landfill. And our platform will certify that all the waste generated has gone to the... I chose this platform to tell this.
I was going to suggest you should collaborate, but you're already doing that. So, I have a tricky question for you. The plastic treaty is going on right now, the talks in Geneva, and India's position so far has been that we are going to take care of the downstream waste or basically recycle plastic instead of putting a cap on plastic production, which over 100 countries are lobbying for. What do you think should be India's position?
See, I strongly believe that, and we have been like regularly attending this. My co-founders are in Geneva right now. all the World Economic Forum and all the forums who have been called for as a speaker, and we're also part of that ecosystem. So I think there are different diverse views there. If you attend that conference at the end of the sixth year, you don't know what is the takeaway, right? And our team has been going there. People fight, people shout on each other, everything happens there. But again, they have a next session after 6 months for 5.2, 5.3, 5.4 keeps happening. The challenge, India has a neutral view generally. Still that India has not taken any strong view. Two things have come up from the plastic perspective. Everybody has agreed that there are only two solutions for this. One is EPR and one is the deposit return system. That has been spoken very big way there. But controlling plastic or reducing plastic, I don't think is a solution as of now, because there is no solid substitute available for plastic. You go, all research have happened, but biodegradable, but the kind of durability, kind of cost, kind of benefits it brings on the table, there is no substitute for it. Unfortunately, fortunately, that's the reality. That's number one. Number two, we have seen in last 9 years of our operations, we almost channelize 0.5% of India's plastic into recycling every year. Almost last year we did 1.2 million metric tons of plastic got channelized through our platform. So we feel that plastic is not bad, right? It's a behavior, it's a littering which is bad. If the plastic is handled well, if it comes back into the circular economy, I think it can be handled much better way. So our perspective on that side is that banning plastic, reducing plastic, I don't think another decade or so there is a solution for it. There might be a solution going forward, but next 20 years, I think plastic is going to stay. And what we need to work more on, making plastic circular. And that, I think, the government also has a lot of focus. The tailwinds of the government policy, EPR came in. From this year onwards, every brand is mandated to use 20% to 30% as a recycled content into packaging. That was not there, and it's going to go up to 50%. Although India is not ready for it, because the quality of the material required, food drain, there are multiple challenges, but at least there is an intent. Just give example, one government policy of EPR, which came 7 years back. Today, there are 6,000 large, small brands who are complied or who are working on it. At least there is awareness at the board level that plastic is a problem. Before 2016, nobody was thinking about this problem at all. So I think my team is also there now, my co-founders are there. The approach there also this time we are trying to push is change the behavior, bring more platforms like DRS or EPR, make it more stringent, make it more traceable rather than just a greenwashing. And EPR for many years has been a greenwashing, and that happens with any government policy for that matter. But somewhere it will keep changing and we'll find some solutions.
Subram Mukherjee. So, for the green startups, should they focus more on the sustainability or scalability?
You want to take that, Abhay?
As I said, at social impact startup, that category, we're very clear that we do not want to be called as a social or impact-driven venture. Reason being, then you get into that classification where you can do work, say, at a Hyderabad level or, say, Manikonda or some area level, and you can show some impact. But scaling requires different kind of approach. It needs to be sustainable. It should make money on its own. If you really wanted to create a large-scale impact, the business is important. Your model is important. For us internally, the purpose, which we call ourselves as a startup with purpose, because we are a startup first, then our purpose comes later. The sustainability, circular economy is a byproduct for us. And we've always been treated in that way. And we never liked anyone or our website or any communication. We never say we are an impact company. We are a startup, but because we are a startup, we're looking to make money. We want to make profits going forwards, go for IPO. We are able to create such a large-scale impact. And by that byproduct of impact became pretty large going forward. So to answer your question, your sustainability, circular economy, these are the buzzwords, but your scalability is very, very important than only a impact.
Thank you, sir.
At Mahindra, what are the integrative courses that you have actually designed and have offered to the students that are coming in now from various backgrounds, whether at the UG level or even from the 12th that they're coming in, which allows them to build up the samvedna, the understanding of this entire space, which actually starts from personal discipline first. Reduce your own carbon footprint to begin with, and then the rest of the stories will start taking care of itself, including a consumptive lifestyle. Two, what are the other opportunities where you enable the process of sustainability in society across domains, multiple domains? And it's not a simple question.
I was running a startup or SaaS startup when we met in 2007. That was called MartJack. It was a software as a service platform which got acquired by Capillary Technologies in 2015. And that was one of the largest exit those days. And then I moved on, but that was my second baby, 17 years of entrepreneurship. Then I wanted to do something much larger, more impactful, and that's where my journey from running an e-commerce portal to creating an e-commerce portal to sustainability has been 25 years. I just completed 25 years of my entrepreneurship last year. So long journey, and Hyderabad being a great place for me. It's my karma bhumi. I'm from Maharashtra, but last 26 years being here, and Hyderabad has given me a lot. And I also try to get back to the ecosystem. I also investors in around 22 startups across Hyderabad. All are from Hyderabad. So try to do something my little bit to give it to the back to Hyderabad ecosystem. And this is a place where I also invested in some startups. Thank you.